My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about, China?
The latest revelations in the House Oversight Committee investigation into Biden family business dealings involves two checks that landed in Joe Biden's personal bank account. One was for $40,000, the other $200,000.
We've proven the family had over 20 shell companies. We had proven they've had all these bank accounts. Now we have enough bank accounts in, Sean, where we can actually trace the money back to the source.
According to the committee's latest bank records memo, the first check was written to Joe Biden on September the 3rd, 2017, after a series of complicated financial transactions. The memo alleges that earlier that same year, Hunter Biden and his business associates forged a venture with CEFC, an energy company with connections to the Chinese government, which obliged it to contribute a $10 million capital payment. When the money didn't arrive, Hunter, on July 30th, reportedly sent a WhatsApp message to CEFC associate Raymond Zhao, which in part reads, "I am sitting here with my father, and we would like to understand why the commitment made has not been fulfilled."
How involved were you in your son's Chinese shakedown text message? Were you sitting there? Were you involved?
No, I wasn't, and I don't know.
Were you?
No!
The WhatsApp message continued with a warning from Hunter. "I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows, and my ability to forever hold a grudge, that you will regret not following my direction." It looked to have worked.
First, Northern International Capital, a Chinese company associated with CEFC, wired $5 million to Hudson West 3, a joint venture established by Hunter Biden and a CEFC associate.
Remember, CEFC is the energy company with connections to the Chinese government.
Then Hudson West 3 sent $400,000 to an entity owned and controlled by Hunter Biden.
That was called a Wasco PC.
Next, Hunter Biden wired $150,000 to Lionhall Group, a company owned by James and Sarah Biden.
James is Joe Biden's brother, Sarah is James's wife.
Sarah Biden then withdrew $50,000 in cash from Lionhall Group. Later the same day, she deposited it into her and James Biden's personal checking account.
So where does Joe Biden figure in all this?
A few days later, Sarah Biden cut a check to Joe Biden for $40,000.
$40,000 is 10% of that original $400,000 transfer payment, and a percentage that may sound familiar as a claim by a former Hunter business associate that a piece of the CEFC was earmarked for Joe Biden.
On May 13, 2017, I received an email concerning allocation of equity, which says 10% held by H for the big guy. In that email, there's no question that H stands for Hunter, big guy for his father, Joe Biden.
So what do Biden defenders say that the $40,000 was for?
The memo line of the check said loan repayment.
Which may well be true.
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings.
The second check to Mr. Biden, again from James and Sarah Biden, was for $200,000. According to House Oversight, in 2018, James Biden received $600,000 in loans from a rural hospital operator called AmeriCorps, which was struggling financially. Company bankruptcy documents say James Biden received these loans based upon representations that his last name, Biden, could open doors, and that he could obtain a large investment from the Middle East based on his political connections.
On March 1st, 2018, AmeriCorps wired a $200,000 loan into James and Sarah Biden's personal bank account, not their business bank account. And then on the very same day, James Biden wrote a $200,000 check from this same personal bank account to Joe Biden.
Again, the check memo line said that this was a loan repayment, which it may well have been. But the fact remains that the White House has already changed its response regarding the president's business relationship with his son.
The president was never in business with his son.
And now it's changed again. Mr. Biden did not profit from his family members' business ventures, reads ranking oversight Democrat Jamie Raskin's statement. With James Comer's latest bank memo, questions about the Biden family's business dealings are mounting.
The bank records don't end here. There's more to come.